Hi, Lloyd here. I wanted to talk to you about the idea of eating slowly. And for some people, this is a really, really difficult thing to accomplish, or at least they tell me it's difficult. Personally, I find it kind of so simple, it's hard to keep it as a priority. It's almost like it just slips under the radar. And yet, when it comes to taking on a new health plan or a sort of total transforming, I'm going to do the meal plans, I'm going to do the workouts kind of regime, we get all fired up about it. But doing something really simple and small, like learning to eat slowly and be present with our body when we eat, it just doesn't have the sexy, wow, I'm really going to do this, I'm going to totally overhaul my life factor. And yet, if I tell you it's the top priority, if I tell you that you can't get off the starting block with reworking your relationship with eating, with food, unless you engage with the struggle to be present when you eat, unless you engage with the difficulty of eating slowly and really try to make it happen. I'm not talking about trying to make it happen in the way that you might have tried to make diets happen, like with strict rules and giving yourself a hard time and feeling guilty if you don't do it. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about kind of getting prepared, getting motivated in whatever way you want to get motivated. For example, designating a place where you might eat that's away from distractions, or promising yourself that you'll go for a walk at lunchtime to get away from your desk in the office and go to a lovely park bench. Or that you set your table up a bit more nicely and take a little care to sort of make it feel a bit sacred with a bunch of flowers, or just by setting out your food on a nice plate or preparing a tray in a way that feels good to you. This kind of thing. If you really teach yourself that the doing of this is not nothing, this is a small thing to do, but this is a practice. This is a practice to try and take into your life, a new habit to try and take on. And that's challenging, to take on a new habit. That requires quite a lot of creativity, of cunning. And yet, when you do it, you've actually got an eating skill that can last you for your whole long-legged life. And that's the basis of all the other work that you might do, whether you dig into your emotional eating, or you dig into your history or your negative beliefs around your body, or whatever it is that you do alongside it. That's the pillar, really. Getting slow, and getting slow not because you need to chew your food 50 times before you swallow it. No. We are getting slow because in that space of slowness comes awareness, and then we can get present with our food, and then we can get present with our body. And if we're present with our body, we stand a hope in hell of noticing when we're nearing fullness, or when we're getting a bit bored with a certain flavour and might be guided towards another food. It's all about reconnecting to our appetite, and it all starts with slowing down. And if that's hard to make a priority, that's just because shifting the gear between doing stuff, we are heady, intelligent people who love to get shit done. And you just have to say, actually, there's a few minutes in a day when it's really important to set aside getting shit done and actually be with yourself. And you'll love the experience of eating that way. When you start to do it, I promise you, it'll bring it to life, because you'll be there enjoying it. Good luck. Let me know how it's going for you, and if you're experimenting with it, if you're trying it, and if it feels too simple to you to work, or if it feels like actually this is gaining traction in the tiniest way that's worth noting. All right, good luck. Love you. Bye.